Hello, myths, monsters, all sorts of folklore and legend. Welcome. Oh, I'm here. I'm doing another epic review, baby. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but we're here, and we got a very special guest. You want to introduce yourself, my fine friend?
Hello, I am Flake Sloth.
Yes. Plague is a good friend of mine. Very sweet, very lovable. And go follow Plague on their Twitch. How you doing tonight, by the way?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Oh, well, I just got a follow from a one Plague slot, so I'm doing great.
I realized I wasn't followed,
it,
which was blasphemy.
it was fine. It's all good. Well, thank you for being here. And you're my special guest as we review Ocean Saga. This is the third
Let's
saga. Yes.
go.
All right. This is a lot of people's favorite saga. This is, I don't know. I guess for a little bit of history on this saga, which is back when all the fucking legal shit was happening with the with Blair Russell and the Epic team. There was a very long gap between sagas. It was almost a year,
Yeah.
and then 2023 of Christmas of 2023, then Ocean Saga came out with new quality of voices and all that stuff. And yes, I don't know. I I I'm glad that it came out and then every saga thusly could be released a few months from each other, which is nice. Uh,
It was fantastic.
yes. I guess we'll go into just general thoughts at first, and then reiterate them at the end of stream, which is general thoughts of Ocean Saga. What did
Hmm.
you think of Ocean Saga Plague? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's very emotional,
Mm-hmm.
and and fuck, um, it 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 I
Mm.
losing all thought and word capability.
It's okay. You're good. Take your time.
But it's very emotional, and you can like feel it. You can definitely feel it and hear it as they as it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I Yeah. I think okay, this is I guess a slightly, not really, slightly controversial take, which is I think that Ocean Saga is very good, but not one of the best sagas. It is still great, and there's some standout moments of it, like you were talking about, like emotionally, and I think also the story is really good. It's very concise, and it I know like Epic is split into two halves, but if you were to think of Epic as like a three-part narrative, which the first three parts are Troy, Cyclops, and Ocean, then this is a perfect ending to that, where it sets up the main threat, the main bad guy, the main message of everything. It I don't know, has a lot of interesting like character moments. The songs are very good. I think it's very consistent. But I also think that there are some things which aren't as tight as other sagas. But that's just me personally, and I still really like this saga
Well,
for what it
no, the
is.
saga's the build up.
True.
This saga is a build up.
Mm-hmm.
It it's good, and it's one of the I think it is one of the better ones though, because it is building us up for what comes next.
Yeah. And yeah.
Because Poseidon says, "Remember me,"
Yes.
like he says it because like we know that he will be back.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah. I think like even within like the next like few sagas where his presence isn't there, like it still looms over everything, just the fear and the presence he strikes. But yeah, that's more talking about him as a character. But just yeah, overall Ocean Saga, I think yeah, it is very good, and I very much enjoy listening to it. There's not a bad epic song, there's not a bad epic saga in my mind. There are ones that I like less but still are good to me. And when I say like a song is D tier, it's D tier by the standards of Epic. And like by the standards of songs in general would be at worst a C tier in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just me personally, but yeah. Anyways, are you ready to review things? Are you ready to head into to song 10?
Yup. Yup.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna start with song 10, which is Storm, which everyone calls it Storm Saga, which is very funny to me. It's like, I didn't know you liked the song that much. But yeah,
Oh, it's the what's the one song that's very catchy, and they bring up the storm a lot.
true. That is true. And I mean, the motifs of Storm do come back a lot. But yeah, just talking about that. You know, I think I don't know. Okay, I think that this song has like some people dislike it a lot and say it's their least favorite, which I think is hogwash. I think this song is it's very catchy. I think instrumentally this song is really fucking good. I think the like I don't know, all the horns and all of the like intense drums and like and the electric guitar really fit it well. And the like little brief reprieve with uh the like the flute near the end of the song is really nice. I think like all the thematic little cues in this song are fun. Like that gets set up later, like the theme of storm and like some of the like character moments are very nice. Like the like Eurylochus like doubting everything and Odysseus
Very
trying to hold
character
strong.
building.
Yeah. Yeah.
This saga builds character
Yes, very.
in a lot of the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I yeah. I think it does, and Storm does that with like, Eurylochus like doubting everything and then like Odysseus like his I think a little bit of his reckless side is shown where he's like, yeah, let's harpoon the island in the sky, which I think is fun. I'd say I don't know.
I wouldn't say that's recklessness.
It's I don't know. It's an out there idea. It's certainly something because Eurylochus responds with what? Like that's a little
No,
bit.
he also didn't think that it was the Wind God's island, and like he's like,
Yeah,
what other floating islands are there?
that's true. Okay, that's going into the next song, but yeah, I think but yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I do like the characterization shown though. I do think like I wish that there was. I think the main problem I have with the song is that it's very short. I just wish there was more. I wish there was like more time for it for everything, and I think also some of the lyrics are a little basic. Like I guess it's not that they're like I don't know they're uncreative. It's just they're kind of obvious. I guess I don't know. I still
mean,
like this song a lot
what's more
though.
obvious than singing about the storm that you're stuck in?
That's true. Still, I don't know. Like even like I don't know. Even with other songs, I don't know. I feel like there's like a little bit more creativity to certain things, but still, I do enjoy this song a lot. I I think as a song in general, it is very very good. It compared to every other epic song, I would personally put it at C, but I still like it. I still really do, and I don't know. I I love the beat so much that I don't care. Like all the problems that I have, like I just love the instruments that are just so like orchestral and epic. Like it's beautiful, truly. I don't know. I've been talking over you a little bit. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on Storm? Lay it on me.
um, I think Storm is a great opener for the
Mm-hmm.
saga
Mm-hmm.
because it's nice, it's catchy, and the beat it's uh it's catchy and upbeat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
But
think.
you can still tell the seriousness of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the original version of it, like it being called Disco Storm, the like pre-release version definitely is fitting of it because it was very like disco-y. And I don't know. This one definitely does feel like they are trapped in a storm for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I yeah. I'd say like the one like I don't know, one thing that again, I just wish there was more. Like there's certain like emotional beats I wish was more. I do love the like intensity of everything and like the like I honestly think that the what that Eurylochus says is genuinely really funny. But I don't know. Again, I just wanted more from this song. That's my main issue. Like I wanted more, but I don't know. I think that you are right that this is a great
Yeah,
opening.
well, we wouldn't get more for it because it is just the opening.
Fair
It's just
enough.
the build up.
Mm-hmm.
It's wanting us to want more
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of the saga.
That's fair. I suppose that makes sense. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Where would you rank it on like an S to D kind of ranking of songs and stuff?
I would rank it about a CB.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like high C, low B.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Uh, yeah, I do think again this song is catchy enough where I don't care. I just have fun with it, even though it is serious. I don't know. Is there are there other things that you want to like gush about? Because I think there is a lot to gush about this song. It does have some really amazing parts to it.
No, not about Storm.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I and also oh, there's something I forgot to say, which is I mean this will be more relevant, I guess, at near more so near the like the next three songs, but in each of these streams, I want to talk about a thing that each saga does well, and I think that this saga does well. The themes of ruthlessness versus mercy. So I hope to talk about that. As in the different songs. Which that I don't know if that theme shows up so much with Storm, but with every other song, most certainly. Uh, yeah, yeah. Let's see. I am. I don't know. I'm just looking over any notes I have. Yeah. I oh yeah, also the what comes back later with Puppeteer when Odysseus says what? I
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
The what is very prevalent,
Yeah.
and
There's a lot of
it,
questions being asked in this musical.
there are so many questions being asked.
Yeah.
And befuddlement. Oh my god, the befuddlement.
Yeah. Also yeah, just other things set up like the you know, head towards the island and avoid the crashing waves. Like that melody comes up later in song 38 actually, Odysseus. Uh which I think is fun. And then let's see, there's also yeah, again, the use of storm and that melody and like all of the like horns that are being used in the instruments that's set up for something later, teasing a character, which we already briefly mentioned him, but yeah, teasing of Poseidon. I
Mhm.
yeah, I love the uh let's see. I love all the like sound, like the sound design as well. Epic has really good sound design with like
Oh,
ocean sound
okay.
effects and battle sound effects and all that. And I think the crashing waves is really
Oh,
fun.
something that I love about Epic is that if you listen to the instrumentals, it gives you hints and shit about what is coming.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
The instrumental is peak at storytelling.
Yeah. I I agree. It is very much peak. It's very good. I love
Uh,
the
you can tell when fucking Athena or Penelope is being thought about, or
yeah.
even Poseidon or Odysseus.
Yes, exactly. And one thing I love, which is as Athena leaves the show, like the piano becomes just a I like to call it a neutral instrument where like no one really owns it, and it sounds like it is backing, and then when Athena comes back, it is her instrument, and like it steals the show as the main instrument of whatever song is it's a part of. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's yeah again I just think it's fun and the like I don't know.
And
This,
every
yeah.
the piccolo with every time that you can hear the sorrow when
Mm-hmm.
Odysseus is thinking about Penelope.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. Okay. I guess I don't know. And also, yeah, I guess also like story wise, this the song is obviously them fighting the storm, and then they find an island in the sky, and that gives Odysseus an idea and hope. And Eurylochus is planting seeds of like doubt and like mutiny, and is like doubting his captain, which has been shown earlier in the show, which I do like. I love. I guess I'll ask this because I don't keep special guests between each stream. And I guess we'll talk more about this with the next song. But like, how do you feel about Eurylochus as a character? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Like, what's your thoughts?
He didn't need to start his blind bag unboxing simulator like 20 miles from home.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that a little later. But no, no,
Yeah,
but
I think Eurylochus needs to actually listen to what Odysseus says.
I
Because I swear half the time it goes in through one ear and out the other.
yeah, I I like him a lot as a character. I think that his like cowardice and I don't know is interesting and like it like on the surface level it seems like oh that's kind of reasonable almost, but then it's like oh yeah he's scared of the world and he's like as like Jorge has described he's kind of lost, which is why he doesn't have a like instrument and has the crew instead. And yeah,
And he doesn't
yeah.
think about the consequences of his actions.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes neither does Odysseus.
No, but he thinks about other things, not the consequences.
True,
Not
fair enough.
all the consequences.
Fair enough, yeah. Still, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're
Odysseus is always thinking, though. Otherwise, he would not have been Athena's chosen.
that that's fair. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, Storm in sea, and then I don't know. I guess since we're already talking about Eurylochus, would you want to go to Luck Runs Out? Is there anything else you want to say about Storm before we head off?
Just that it's a fucking amazing
Yeah,
for an opener.
it is. I again, I think instrumentally it is perfect, and I honestly like would love to like use that as like battle music for D&D.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same with a lot of the Epic soundtrack, but yeah. Anyways, luck runs out. Okay, within this song, what happens is it is a conversation between Eurylochus and Odysseus. Odysseus is trying to like persuade him, holding on to hope and holding on to like mercy and open arms, and Eurylochus has doubt and has like a sense of ruthlessness about him, but that's protective of his crew and the people he cares about, and that sprouts an argument, and it ends with Eurylochus being shut down in the end. And I don't know, I really like this song. I think I will. Let's see, where did I have it? Okay, yeah, I let's see. I think some things it does well is I think it very much characterizes Eurylochus well. This is a very like as you mentioned like Ocean Saga being like a good setup for things to come. I think this is the like halfway point setup for mutiny later on, and I love how Eurylochus is characterized because again his cowardice at first is very reasonable. Like yeah, it's scary. Like they fought a cyclops and that was so much for him.
Their
And
friends die.
yeah, exactly. And yeah,
Wait, and
like
you can tell that Eurylochus has sort of a resentment for
yeah,
Odysseus for that, though.
yeah, and like but he also does care, which is he's like you're like the brother I could never live without, and I just don't want to see another life end. Like he cares, like it's because he cares, and also he I think
He
like
cares, but he resents Odysseus for it.
yeah, and I think he as a character wants to find certainty in something. Like he's the kind of character where like he will put his like safety and trust into like something else. He's a loyal soldier, and then when Odysseus is doing shit that it isn't on board with, then he doubts himself, he doubts his captain, he's unsure, and he is very skeptical of everything, which I think is shown very well in this song. I love
Hold,
the
hold,
yeah.
hold on. I'm ticking.
Okay.
I'm ticking.
Okay. Mm, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, just give us a second, folks. We'll be right back in a sec. And until then, please follow Plague on any of their socials. Most prevalently Twitch that I shared, and yeah, follow my mama Grace. She's awesome. She's very much a sweetheart, and I don't know, very very good friend. And yeah, she's actually going to be reviewing Ithaca Saga with me later, which I'm really excited about. And she came out recently as Air Ace, which I'm really proud of her for. So yeah, uh, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I hope that you lovely folks are doing lovely on this night. I hope that, again, all is well for you. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to be reviewing more Epic. It's always fun to do these with my friends, and yeah, it's a good time. It's always a good time. Yeah. I guess I'll just let's see. I guess I'll just get any other thoughts I have out. I think this song does a very good job in uh, exploring like ruthlessness and mercy. I think like Eurylochus in this song is very much ruthless. Like not fully, but has that side because he's like, oh, distrusting of things and all of that, and and then Odysseus has open arms and is like, oh, I still believe in goodness. I still believe we could be kind, which I think is shown very well in this song. I think like the quote unquote negative side of open arms is being shown, like how it instills a fake sense of like self righteousness and hope, like within Odysseus, like that it's like, oh, I can just be nice, and then everyone else is wrong, and then anyone who attacks us is a monster, like that, and everything will be fine. Which I think is, I don't know. Again, it's characterized very well that like he's like that ego is very much like in full contrast, and you know I I think also that, yeah, I think Eurylochus seeing through the bullshit
Sorry,
is very
sorry, sorry
nice.
about that.
Yeah. Uh. Oh God. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, come on, you stupid fucking. Okay, sorry. I'm having. Yeah, I'm having technical issues. Uh. Yeah. Sorry, my monitor's being silly. So, excuse me for my. Hmm. Yeah. Excuse me for my. Let's see. My technical difficulties, as it were. Do 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 do. I hate that this isn't working. Okay, perfect. We're back. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Hello, sorry about that. My monitor shuts off randomly because the charger I have fucks up. Anyways,
Oh,
it's okay. It's fine. Uh, yeah, I was just talking while like off mic, or like off Discord mic, that I think this song does a good job of showing like ruthlessness and open arms like being at a contrast, and like how Odysseus kind of has like the wrong idea with things, and how he's kind of using that as like justification, which I think is really well characterized here. And I also, I don't know. I like that instrumentally this song has a nice like beat of piano and like kick drum, and the occasional like sounds of the wind island come in, and Odysseus's guitar will sometimes appear. It's a very catchy beat. It's got like
it
a
is.
it's got like a kind of like hip hoppy vibe a little bit, and I like that. And I also do love the callbacks to this song later with things like obviously mutiny, but then other things like the melody showing up in certain songs. I'd say for me, the one thing I don't like as much is I'm not as emotionally invested within this song as I am in others, but still, I am invested enough where I really enjoy it and I have a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
What would you say about this song, Plague?
I'd say that this song is good, but like I said, it's building up to like the big
Mm-hmm.
bang
Mm-hmm.
of the saga.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but it's not top. It's not top of the list for
Mm-hmm.
this saga.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Definitely though.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. I personally I would put it at like C, like high C. I like this song a lot. I think there's a lot of
I
good that it does.
put
Like
this at B.
well, fair Fair enough. I think that's a
Out of the entire musical, this is a D.
fair enough. I think that's a fair like that's a fair ranking of it. I like the beat enough, and I like Eurylochus's kind of like I don't know, like rhythmic rap verses that he does, and the I don't know, I like the crew backing him up, and the like and I like the ending where like you can like and also like I will say emotionally like you can tell Odysseus's like mood throughout this song where like at first he's like he's happy and then he's putting on a face and then he's concerned and then he's angry and then he like by the end of his relief he's just like thank you like that tracks really well throughout the song and I like that.
It does.
Mm-hmm. It's very good, but yes,
Would you agree? Would you agree? Me? Yes, you.
Special
Mr.
guest,
Boomer.
Plague's sister.
No, this is my youngest sibling.
Ah, okay, I see.
A little brother.
Okay, Plague brother. All right.
This is you wait. Shut up. This is the tiny child. The TC for short.
Yeah. I no children here. I don't want to be called a baby show. Not on my watch.
Yeah, no, they heard about the epic and came in.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just
Okay.
letting you know.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I like this song. I like it a little bit more than Storm, and I like the I don't know. Again, I like the characterization and the I don't know the story implications for later. And I don't know. I like honestly, I think out of all of the epic characters, I think Eurylochus's songs are the ones that I could sing the best, probably. Which I don't know. Or the Cyclops, one of the two. Anyways, but yeah, I like this song a bit. I'll put it at a nice C. I guess Plague will put it at a nice D. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I should
I would
see.
say high D.
High D, fair enough. I'll place mine at a high C. Like that drink that people like. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, and yeah. I also like that, I with Eurylochus having a piano in this song as his instrument, like in some ways he's being like the new Athena, like calling out Odysseus for like the actions that he disapproves of. Which I don't know.
Everybody who disapproves with Odysseus gets a piano at some point.
Hmm. I don't-
Almost.
yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, probably. I yeah. I know that like Poseidon he has a piano in his song.
And so does Thunderbringer.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Hi Entity, thanks for the lurk. Go follow my friend Plague.
And so piano's just a disappointment in Odysseus.
That's really good. Oh god. Goodness. Oh goodness. I just I mean, that puts on a sad tone for songs like "We'll Be Fine." Oh God. Okay. Anyways, jeez Louise. Okay. Are you ready to go to Keep Your Friends Close?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right. Cool. Okay. Keep your friends close. Okay. Story within this song is Odysseus goes to the Wind Island, meets the wind god Aeolus, and Aeolus says, "I will put the winds in the bag, but you have to keep them closed, and you better watch out for your friends." And then the Windians say, "It's treasure!" And Odysseus stays up for nine days, falls asleep. The bag gets opened. They close it, but they're in the land of the giants, and Poseidon is fucking pissed.
Yo.
Yep. Yeah. As for this song, I really like it. I think it's a very good it's a very good, catchy, like kind of upbeat melody, which contrasts the sinisterness of it. I like the synthetic vocals that Aeolus has as her instrument, and I do wish there was more flute though. I like the sound of the flute. I don't know. I think that would have been fun.
Always the sound of like the wind and everything. So maybe that's why they didn't put a lot of it in.
That's fair.
Be a little different.
I think that's fair, I suppose. But yeah, I love Aeolus. I think like her performance is beautiful. Her voice is just gorgeous. I think the person who voices her was actually a performer on Sesame Street, like was a singer.
I love that they captured the playfulness.
Yes. Uh, I know some people have said like, oh, like she's too similar to Hermes, but I think like they have a different enough energy where like her playfulness is cruelty, is like ruthless, because like she doesn't really intend to help him because she thinks it's a game, but then Hermes is like let me help you, darling, and
Yeah,
yeah,
Hermes is trickery, like funny haha trickery.
yeah, he's
Aeolus
helpful trickery.
is sinister. This is only gonna be fun for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like I don't know. I I think that's I don't know, that's fun characterization and like I don't know, like it also like, it puts you on edge for when
What do
Hermes comes in and you're like, "Oh, is he going to help?" But no, he does and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool, he helps." And there's it's all good. And but yeah, I like that. I like the I don't know. I like that. I don't know, the kick drum that's throughout this song and the I don't know, there's some lines that I really love and are really quotable. Like for me, everything's changed since polities. Like that line sticks in my head a lot, and it's such a harsh dig, and I don't know, I
I
I
think the one that sticks to me the most is the ending, but
yeah,
that's because it became a tick.
fair
Uh
fair enough. Yeah, I won't say the ending, but yes, the ending is very iconic. Agreed. Uh, I I love the
I think it's the most iconic, and it serves like it brings it into the next song perfectly.
yes, very much, and the like, the song up until like the bag gets opened is like sinister but yet playful, like with its instrumentation, with the kick drum, with the synthetic vocals, with the everything, and this is something that Jorge has mentioned, which is that like in epic, like every song is a conversation of some kind, a character talking to another, and so when that doesn't happen, something is up. And I like that
Yeah.
the singing of the crew, the sometimes sneaking is a must, isn't said to anybody, and it could just you could interpret that as this is Odysseus's paranoid thoughts as he's losing sleep, and him just saying to no one, try. I've been wide awake, trying to stop every storm and tidal wave. Like that's him talking to no one as he's drifting to sleep, and also,
I have always interpreted the sometimes sneaking is a must as the crew being swayed by the wind sprite saying
yeah,
treasure.
yeah. I think
So
yeah,
that was their like internal thought.
yeah. Like that also makes sense. I think both are valid interpretations. Yeah, I also, yeah, I also love the I don't know. I think the song is very emotional because at first like you're on edge and it's kind of playful and in some ways you kind of root for Aeolus and because it's like, oh, she's like a fun kind of villain almost, like she's like I don't know, it just is a game to her, like she just doesn't give a shit. And then when Odysseus thinks about his family and says things like, time for me to be the father I never was, like that gets to me really hard. And like and then the ending where they're so close and then it opens and it blares with horns is beautiful, and like that it's really
Yeah.
intense. And the yeah, as you said, the lead up is perfect. The like certain things are set up like the all you have to do is not open this bag, comes back later. The you know other motifs appear in this song, like they say storm, and the Winions say full speed ahead.
Into itself.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's
What did you say, Plague?
it all leads into itself.
Yes.
Everything has a key, and it will always be brought up back up.
Yes, exactly. I yeah. I Yeah, I love the instrumentation. It's very like catchy, and even with like a god being present in this song, it still feels very human. Like the god, Aeolus shows up, and you know, the song
But
is
she's
her song.
background.
Yeah, but yeah, she's the background. Like this is mostly like Odysseus' struggle, which is really nice. And I don't know, like yeah, like again, there's like a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun like things in this song. Like you hear Penelope and Telemachus for the first time, and it's so sad and so beautiful to just hear them. Like saying keep your eyes open, and then he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like the song a lot in general. It's just very consistently very good. It doesn't like besides instrumentation, it doesn't go like 10 out of 10 amazing. But I think it is very very well rounded, and I personally would put it in high B as a ranking. And I
Exactly.
yes
It is a very high B.
yeah I I would
It is like one of the most important songs.
yes
I agree.
most assured it is very important, and like I don't know. It leads into the next song, which is probably the song of the musical, and I don't know. I just think this song is just very good, and I think that this song also does like the ruthlessness and mercy themes pretty well, because like Aeolus seems like, oh, like she's helpful, but really she's really ruthless, and like I think Odysseus's like lack of trust in his crew, like his lack of you know his lack of trust is really what fucked him over, and the and him insisting I've not changed is like it's so sad and yet so human. It's like, no, he's the same man. He hasn't gone through trauma yet. Let him just go home, and then he loses it all in an instant.
Yeah.
My poor baby boy, you're so smart and yet also such a fucking idiot sometimes, but I love you. Yeah, but yeah, that's I don't know. Are there any other notes you want to say about Keep Your Friends Close? I don't know. I think it's a very good song.
No, besides like it is like one of the most important songs in the entire like series
Mm-hmm.
because it it tells us what we need to know for the rest of it. Yeah, it's the setup for so
Yes.
much.
Yes, and also, like I think this is definitely one of the best. Like, there's a bunch of songs in Epic where it'll be like a character will show up once and then maybe again if they're, like in the case of like, Love in Paradise, that whole like, let's see where you've
Yeah.
been section. But they only show up once, and I think like for this being the only appearance really of Aeolus, that she is a show stealer and is very iconic. I think. Yeah. Uh, Also, her voice is so pretty. Like she's such a pretty
Her voice
woman.
is very pretty.
Yes, very much. My 2D live model's freaking the fuck out. Uh, yeah. Also, okay. Yeah. One last thing I want to note, which is like like Odysseus gets electric guitar when he's ruthless, and like nylon guitar when he's not. There's not really electric guitar, maybe even at all in this song. Like even when he's like, no, do not. Like it's still acoustic, and it's like
Yeah.
that's still him
He
showing
hasn't
mercy.
he hasn't awakened that hatred and that need for it yet.
Yes, and yeah, and also like the something that's been pointed out, which is in like a military setting, if you have an issue with your captain, you bring it up privately. To bring it up publicly, like Eurylochus did earlier, is like a big thing. And also, that like that song did have consequences because like he says, you know, we cannot let the treasure rumor fly. And instead of saying yes sir, they say we'll try.
Reply.
Yeah, like they don't. Yeah, like clearly those seeds are being planted. Like okay, he's a little cuckoo. He captains off at sea too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I don't know. If we got nothing else to say, I don't know. I guess we'll go to the epic song if you're ready.
Yes, I am ready.
All right, we're here at Ruthlessness. This is Poseidon's song. Mercy upon ourselves. Yes. So yeah, this the plot of this song is they go to the Isle of the giants, and Poseidon is there, and he calls out Odysseus hard that he hurt his son, and he said his name and thought he could get away, and Poseidon is pissed, and he gives Odysseus the chance to apologize, and Odysseus does the equivalent of a YouTuber apology, to put it one way, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he really did.
he really did. He
And And he didn't just give his whole name. He basically gave his social security number and address.
Yeah, fucking. Hey, this is my son's name. This is my wife's name. Yeah, this is how much money I have. Like all that. And
This is where I live, and this is my
this is,
entire
this is my
fucking
dog's name.
identification.
This is my
Like,
patron god.
yeah.
But he fucked up a lot in Cyclops Saga with I am the infamous Odysseus. But yes, and Poseidon gives the chance for an apology. He fucks up massively, and then Poseidon kills over 500 men and leaves Odysseus with 43, and he just barely escapes by using the windbag.
563.
Yeah, is that how many it was?
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever stated how many are killed in the Cyclops cave.
Not the Cyclops cave, but in five. It is said though.
558 men, like in the underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's men in total though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had 600.
Yeah. I think.
So and none of them died at war. So about 100 died in the Cyclops.
Yeah, I'm not a mathematician, so I wouldn't know, but I look. This is how I know that I'm transgender, which is that I could have been an accountant, and then my final semester before I turned before I came out as trans, I took a math class and I failed it. So that was a pretty big sign from the universe to be a girl.
Do you also drink White Monster?
No, I actually don't drink Monster. I do love Sonic the Hedgehog though.
Oh.
Anyways, but yes, Ruthlessness is a song. This song is a near perfect villain song. I'm going to just rank it immediately, this is like an S tier song.
It's definitely S tier. This is one of the best songs.
Yes.
In the series.
Yes.
It is one of the focal points, and you can literally feel and hear Poseidon's rage. And it's not always loud, fiery rage. It's cold.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and I think when it is fiery, that's like when it's like, it's built up and I think Odysseus has the kind of angry parent that doesn't want to be angry rage, and then Poseidon is you fucked up and I'm gonna be mad at you rage. Yes, and you can feel it. Steven Rodriguez does a perfect job as Poseidon. He has a very a kind of harsh tone to his voice. Someone compared it to he gargled seawater, and yeah, I can feel it.
And you can fucking hear it in the end of Keep Your Friends Close.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And the
start of this, when you hear the ensemble going Poseidon
in the danger motif, nonetheless, which is another thing it does well. The lyrics go really hard. I love there's a lot of lyrics that have that stand out in this saga. Some of my favorites are how much longer till the snake breaks free, how much longer till the great sea sees, and another one is sometimes killing is a must. And then in this song, it's basically every lyric. You're far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack about to break the ice. It all flows so perfectly, and you have sympathy for Poseidon because his son was hurt, and that is totally justifiable. Hey, this asshole hurt my son. Of course he's gonna be angry, and
I think though that Poseidon got unreasonably angry though.
Yeah.
But you at least about he didn't want to hear him cry about it, so he's like, you should have just killed him, so then it would have been better and I wouldn't have to hear him cry.
Yeah.
But at least he's alive.
Yeah, I think
he's not understanding that.
Yeah, and that's why Poseidon's on the pure ruthless spectrum. There's no humanity to him. There's no nuance. Like it's just you are ruthless or you are garbage. And I think to him, like as he says, like you don't get the job done. Like for him, Odysseus half-assed it. Like like first you maim my son and then you say your name and you think you can get away with this. That like he's calling out Odysseus on his like evasive attitude on things and how he thinks like consequences will not follow him.
On his pride. That was
Yeah,
pride.
yeah, that was definitely ego, a self-righteousness for sure. And the you know also yes, this song uses horns perfectly because horns have been teased throughout this saga, and the horns show up the most when he's like taking out like 11 of Odysseus's 12 ships. And it's
Definitely.
yeah, like
It's always representing the water.
yes, exactly. And the use of like electric guitar being used against Odysseus, it's like this is Poseidon said this is my instrument now, basically. And the piano, which is so sinister.
The
And
feeling.
yeah.
It's the feeling that they gave the electric guitar.
Yes, exactly. Like how the feeling of the piano is not like Athena, where like Athena is like elegant but stern, but this is just like terrifying, like a horror movie monster, and you really feel the terror and the anger coming, from this situation. And yeah, like you said, like it's overblown, and that Poseidon goes way too far. But it again, you feel sympathy. There's a difference between sympathy and empathy. And like this is definitely a moment of sympathy where it's like, okay, your son got stabbed, that sucks, but also let's not kill this guy. And
At least your son's alive. It would have been like understandable, like an eye for an eye if he killed him. So you're gonna kill the bitch that killed your son, but he just made him blind.
yeah,
If anything, just make him blind in one eye. Your son only got one eye.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, then that would be blinding two eyes, wouldn't it? Because like, oh, you can't see it all now. I, yeah, but again, I think like Poseidon, his whole thing is he goes overboard. Like it's a water joke. Okay. But and I don't know. I think it works really well, and like him saying like the world is close your heart, the world is dark, ruthlessness is mercy. Like that. That is his whole philosophy, and like that is what he's trying to instill in this moment. And I don't know, the ending like being a moment of triumph with the horns, and while having the sinister like remember me, and like yeah, all the callbacks where like he mocks Odysseus by saying all the things that he said to the Cyclops with like I am your darkest moment. And like I think this song perfectly shows ruthlessness, versus mercy, where Odysseus tries to use mercy, but again, he half-asses it, because that's what he does with certain things. He will half-ass to try to sneak away, to clever his way out, but there is no clevering his way out. This is a god, and he is
always
fucked.
half-asses his apologies.
Yeah, exactly. The only person who gives a genuine apology, well, no, the only two people who give a genuine apology is Eurylochus and Athena, and that is near the end of their arcs. And I think like I don't know, yeah, Odysseus does not apologize, does not take consequences of his actions, and I think that he is in a sense afraid of responsibility, because then he has to face that yeah, he isn't perfect, and that he is like he's done some shitty things. And I don't know, I like again, like there's true terror, there's true like, and the storytelling is very wonderful. I'd say this song is not perfect, and the one thing, this is more a problem with the show, but I think like a little bit the message of ruthlessness and mercy like is a little muddled, and there are some things I wish were a bit clearer. I wish there were some things that they went more detail into, with this theme specifically, but that it is a minor problem in in the grand scheme, and I still think this song is fantastic. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, lay it on me.
No, it's not more like, I don't think it's more ruthlessness and mercy like black and white like that. It's more of they're trying to break Odysseus and have him not throw away his emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just persevering and showing that you can still do things emotionally and get the job done and be ruthless at the same time.
Yeah, and yeah, I think like I don't know, near the end of the musical, like clearly his humanity is returning in a sense with the final two songs, and
Yes,
yeah,
it. I believe that this whole musical is a journey of self-reflecting, of people trying to beat you down, and then you persevering and showing that
yeah,
you did learn some things, but
yeah,
you still
yeah.
you can make it through.
He's been hurt, but he can heal, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think yeah. I do I think, and yeah, I understand that. I still think the theme is like well placed enough that like yeah, it's shown that like yes, being it's important that you like sometimes it's important to like do things to get the job done. It's important not to half-ass things and to like uh you know take responsibility to do all these things, and it's also important not to be fully ruthless. Like that's what's shown with certain villains and their defeats, and it's also shown like you know in some parts that mercy can help and it is a good thing, but it is also important that hey, you understand the world is scary and that you got to do rough things. And I don't know, I think again it's well enough, like it's executed well enough that I do not mind personally, and I still have a lot of fun with this song. And I think the theme is still very beautiful. And yeah, I think you are right that there is like it's not always black and white, though I think sometimes this musical does treat it so, though I don't know, I guess it's nuance and there's a lot of in and out, up and down with it.
Yes.
Yeah. uh Yes, I still love this song. It's still an S tier. It's still definitely one of my like. It's my favorite song of this saga, most certainly, and it is one of my favorite epic songs. And I think like it perfectly shows so many things so well. I don't know. Are there any other like thoughts you want to have on this, like on this song or the this saga as a whole before we like
Um.
wrap it up to like where we would place this saga on a ranking?
Uh. No. I
Hmm.
think we said it all.
All right.
I said it all.
All right. All right. Well, okay, I'm gonna rank all the I'm ranking all the sagas as well, and I personally would put it in B. I think that Storm and Luck Runs Out, they do there are some things that like within this saga that I wish there was again more of Storm, and like more like certain things that were put more with like the first two songs. But I think the latter two are very good and very much make it up. And I mean, again, Ruthlessness is a fucking beautiful, perfect, near perfect song, and it's still very
Yeah.
much a fun listen to. But I personally would rank it B. That is not one of it's not my in my top three or top five, but I enjoy it very much.
Definitely. I definitely agree. It is. It's a high B.
Mm-hmm.
Uh. Because with half the saga being like some lower songs and one of them being like a D
Mm-hmm.
flat, like it, it's good, but it's not that high.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand why people would put this as their number one saga. That is understandable. And again, like you said, the saga is a perfect introduction to things, and I think is a good, again, end to a first third. If you cut epic into thirds, because I think you can do that with the story personally. Because I mean,
The
it makes certain things make more sense, honestly.
the saga, the saga would definitely be a one with three acts.
Yeah, yeah, I think like yeah, with if this show was like a 3 act show, like Troy to Ocean is first act, and it sets up the villain, and then second act, which would be Cersei to Thunder, and then the third act would be Wisdom to Ithaca, which I think honestly would work well, because then the start of the third act has the new character Telemachus, which I know some
Yeah.
people are like a little weird on him just suddenly coming in, but I don't know, it makes enough sense. But that's a discussion for Wisdom. Anyways, yes, B. I really like this saga, and I enjoy all of these songs, and I don't know, I'm always happy to listen to them on an epic rewatch. I never skip any songs, so yeah, that is yeah, that's that is what I'm feeling. And yeah, I don't know, yeah, I don't know, I guess we're pretty good here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I guess we'll find someone to raid. Is there any streamers you follow that you would want me to raid? Since you are my special guest, I'll give you that privilege of guiding the raid.
Uh, boyfriend is currently alive.
All right, if you want me to raid your boyfriend, I'm happy to.
Yeah. Bingo Agent Tex.
Yeah, you can just type that like in our DMs or in the chat, and then I'll put that in our, you know, I'll raid that as soon as I can.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, my kind friend.
Problem.
Yes. Time to bother the boyfriend. Okay. Raid. Let's see. Before we go though, please follow my special guest on their Twitch. Yeah, Plague Sloth, and you know, uh, then also if you'd like, you can follow my VTubing group, Fractured Fairy Tales. My friends have made a lot of art for me, so you can go follow them there, and you can follow the person who made my model. Her name is Grace. She's cool. And then follow me if you want to, check up on my social medias and all that stuff. Goodbye, my myths, monsters, all sorts of folklore and legend. Thank you, Plague, for being here, and thank you all for watching.
Oh,
Uh,
this was fun.
yeah, this very much was fun. Can the raid phrase be cancel Odysseus?
Cancel Aurilicus.
Can't.
Fuck that blind bag opening bitch.
Can't, fine, cancel Eurylicus. All right. What? There you go.
Yes.
Okay. Well, stick around for the raid, everybody. We're going to be raiding Biotech's Bioagent Tex. So yes. Yes. Have a good one, everyone. Bye bye. All right. Stick around for the raid, please.